What should the project manager do to prepare for a recommendation to senior management? A project manager at a company is considering a high performing junior member of the organization to be the new project manager for a current project. What should the project manager do to prepare for a recommendation to senior management? So options are compile key highlights featuring the team member from the meeting minutes. B, ask the team member to write a short biography listing their qualifications. C, calculate the health of the projects on which the team member has worked. D, gather project artifacts that demonstrate the team member's high performance. So actually, he's a junior member, but the project manager wants him to be at a higher role. So I will, if I have to do the elimination techniques, so A, compile key highlight featuring the team member from the meeting minutes. So that cannot be the way we can recommend him. A cannot be the answer. B, ask the team member to write a short biography. This cannot be a recommendation because recommendation has to go from the senior management. C, calculate the health of the projects. No. So I will go with option D, gather project artifacts that demonstrate the team member high performance. So D is the correct answer, D delta.
D delta is the right answer. Looking at the question, how we go to the question and then we look into that. D is the right answer.
A hybrid project has just deployed, and the project manager is planning project closure with lesson learned workshop. A key stakeholder informs the project manager that having Scrum team in workshop is waste of time because the project was delivered successfully. What should project manager do? Invite the Scrum team as a mandatory participants. Ask Scrum team members to share their retrospective. Ask Scrum Master to attend the workshop. Invite the Scrum team member as an optional participants. So sir, sir, I will inviting the as a mandatory. This is not required. I will eliminate this option because we are directly, rejecting. As we say, we never reject. As a 31 mindset, we said we never reject the request from our stakeholders. So due to that reason, I am eliminating A. B, I am parking, and I consider this one as a very good option because retrospective is one of the event in Scrum. Option C, I am eliminating it. And option D is also I am parking, but among both, I am going with option B.
Option B, beta option. Very good answer.
Choose the title in the Kanban board below that require additional resources to relieve the bottleneck. A, code. So it has already 4 and we can put one more, so 5. Specification, 4 is the limit. We already have 2. Document, it has 5, but we already have 3. New, it hasn't mentioned anything, so it is 4. Okay, so I will test. It has 2. The limit is 2 and it already has 2. So done it, but it haven't mentioned. So bottleneck, yeah, I have confusion here, but bottleneck is test, because the limit is 2 and already 2 is there, so we are not we can't add any more. So why, sir, there is nothing mentioned for done and new?
It is what it is in the question. You cannot question the
Okay.
question. Okay. You cannot question the
got it.
question. By the way, in the PMP exam, there's an option you can give feedback to the question, but that is not beneficial at all. Okay. So you need to solve
Okay.
the question with the information. Sometimes the wrong question can come. So I love what Sherlock Holmes said. He said, eliminate the impossibilities, whatever remain, however improbable it may be, will be the right answer. So the right answer,
Okay.
you have the right answer. It says, who is the project sponsor? Okay, I need to see where the funding is coming. Something about the money. A stakeholder responsible for funding. Okay, funding. So straightforward this. 1A. Scrum Master is a servant leader. Okay, the state where no significant activity occur. This is something else. Process, worth it, measure, track, earned value, closeness, measure, analysis. Agile team leader. Okay, who facilitates Scrum. So K. Business analyst. He's like a product owner person who identify that the closeness, earned value, track, measure of total work, process, the state. I don't know. We'll see later on. Okay, so this is done. This is done. Okay. Schedule performance index. Measure of schedule efficiency. This is E. Okay. Scope baseline. Total work delivered, that can also be tracked. The planned scope of the project can be. Okay. I am putting it F as of now. Okay. Earned value, a technique for measuring EVA, straightforward. G. Okay. The closeness of the task dependency, that is proximity. H. Urgency. How critical in front of it. Dormancy. Okay. Dormancy is basically, actually dormancy is a risk has occurred and when do you identify. But here, this will be B. Okay. A process of creating, designing, this is value generation. C. Okay. Okay. Process of the total worth, value generated. Okay. Value generated is that. Development is, sorry, this is C. Okay. This is C. Total value generated is where it is D. Okay. So what is left? Business analyst. So we can put into that the one that is left. Anything I did wrong? Now this is business analyst. J. Okay. Good one. Very difficult one. A big. You will not get that big question. You will not. Swati, answering your question even before you ask it, you will not get that big question in the exam. There are 3 to 4 options. This I just put it for you guys. It covers a lot of things which students.
It's question number 16. A research and development team is finishing up a 2-year initiative. The project manager is focused on the closing activities for the project. Which activity should be considered as a priority? The options are: hold a steering committee meeting to inform them of the project completion. B. Mark the product backlog, completion status, and update the communications management plan. C. Ensure that knowledge transfer activities are executed as planned. D. Release the resources and plan for a project completion celebration. So as this is a R&D team and the project is in its closure phase, so I think using the elimination technique, holding a steering committee meeting to inform the project completion, I think it is more important I believe this option is not considered, shall not be considered for the completion of the project. Mark the product backlog completion status and update the communication. This is totally eliminated as the communication management plan is already executed and we are already in the closing phase. So the third one is C, ensure that knowledge transfer activities are executed as planned. So before releasing the resources, I think this is the priority, that we transfer the activities as these are we transfer the knowledge as it was executed. It means the lessons learned. You transfer the lessons learned in OPA repository. So C is the right option before releasing the resources. If it wasn't available, then the D was the right option, I believe.
Good. Please.
A member of the project team always extends discussion topic, taking more time than necessary during project team meeting. Other team members feel this member is not being considerate of their time. What should the project manager do? Allow the self-organized team to discuss the situation among themselves and come to a resolution. B, ask the team to accept the input from this particular member as their input may be useful. C, ask this member to only discuss the current topic to achieve team efficiency. D, explain to the team that open discussion are needed, but remind them to follow the ground rules. D is the right answer, because always if any one of the team is not respecting, let me say, the rules set to contain meetings, we always should remind them with the ground rule.
Good job. Thank you very much.
Or refer to the ground rule.
Good job. Solving question answer, I always say there are 3 steps to solve any question. Slow down, identify the keyword, use elimination technique. Here's a classical example. He slowed down, use elimination technique by identifying keyword. Okay. Regression analysis is basically scatter diagram, in which we see the correlationship between 2 activities. If I increase X, how the Y will be impacted. That is regression. Qualitative risk analysis is the risk prioritization technique where teams sit together, look at the risk matrix and prioritize it. Quantitative risk analysis is decision tree is the quantitative risk analysis where using expected monetary value, you decide which one you are gonna do. Okay. And Saleh, I need you to read PMP booklet 2 times before sleeping today and message me. Am I clear? Cool.
Yep.
Okay, good.
A project manager is worried that a key stakeholder is not participating in the project and has conducted that the final product is not as good as it could have been if the stakeholder has been more involved. Drag the scenario on the left to the correct risk response strategy on the right. Check for the option to exclude the stakeholder. Avoid, A is the D.
Okay.
Analyze if someone else could contribute.
Wait.
Transfer.
Adnan Sahab, you just mentioned this is this, right?
Sir.
Sir.
No.
Sir, really?
Check for the option to exclude the stakeholder. Exclude the stakeholder.
So what's your answer here? I will mark that. Nobody put the answer in the chat box. Let him solve first.
I said avoid if check for the option to exclude the stakeholder. If you have to exclude the stakeholder, you have to avoid him.
Okay. So where is that? Which option?
It is at 4.
This one?
Avoid is 4.
This one goes where?
With A.
Okay.
A.
Okay. बचत हो गया आपकी. आगे. Let's go.
नहीं सर मैंने ये बताया पहले भी सर.
Okay.
Analyze if someone else could contribute. That is transfer 1. Discuss with the stakeholder and earn buy-in. I will see the other option. Record the observation and move ahead. Accept.
Good.
3. Address the issue with the stakeholder superior. Escalate. So the left option is mitigate. That I was just saying it is for the C.
Very well done. Very well done. Many times people get the question wrong.